All right, hell, I'll do it too.
Great, you're all doing it, I'm doing it.
So, what drew you to Stumptown?
Actually, could you tell us about your character?
I play Kobe's. Kobe plays Dad. I play her younger brother, Ansel.
And I play Gray McConnell, and Ansel works in Gray's bar. And Gray and Kobe's character are pretty close, and everything else about him is a mystery that ideally we'll just keep learning more about.
Then I have to ask, your latest project, one of your latest TV series was New Girl. So obviously it's a different kind of brand. What was it like transitioning from pure comedy to dramedy?
So I start shooting on Monday, so I can answer that question better by Thursday.
Just give us your number.
Yeah, I'll send you a text. But I took a year. New Girl ended last December, so I took a year and a half off and did more writing and developing, and Spider-Verse obviously in between. But this decision was, I was texting with Liz Merriweather, who created New Girl, and I just couldn't do another sitcom yet because it felt like I had just gotten out of a marriage that ended on good terms. But I'm like, I can't just get married again to the same type of person. But I miss doing TV. I like being in an ensemble. I like being in a cast. I like the job of it all. I like going to work. And I like having something consistent that shoots in Los Angeles, and that's TV. And so this one had all the things. I think the comic is great. I think Kobe's an awesome #1. I think our writers are really pushing. The pitch Dave Bernard gave me was that they're really going to try to push the limits of what an ABC 1 hour can be. Can we pull it off? Ask me in 6 months, we'll all have a different answer. But it's very ambitious, and the pilot, they did pull it off. So I'm excited to roll the dice on this one. Thank you guys so much.
We're done.
So, Colby told us that your character is the one that keeps her on her toes and keeps her straight. Can you talk more about their relationship?
Yes, I actually I play her younger brother, and this is he is like a crazy person who's in the car, and during the car scene,
she's got PTSD from the war too.
And she is really messed up too. Like she's in the army and kind of out. Trying to be PI investigator. And after that, my character doesn't know what she is messed up or not.
So you mentioned how you and Coleman's character are pretty close. Is that romantic interest, like brother sister, good friends, etc.?
I've heard there could possibly be a triangle between my character, Michael Ealy's character, and Michael Ealy claims there will not be a triangle. If there's a triangle, his character would just win.
So you guys are fighting for Michael, right?
Yes, we're both fighting for Michael. Look at him. Who wouldn't fight for him? Yeah. But I don't know. In terms of all that, I know that her character and my character, which will get revealed pretty quickly, have had a connection at time in their life. I think when you meet them in this show in the present day, I think Gray's role in her life is more connected to her brother. I think Gray watches out for Ansel a lot, and I think there might be a spark there, but she's pretty messed up.
How are those decisions? Do you think having her little brother work in your bar?
What's that?
Like having her little brother work in your bar, is that a good decision on his?
I think it's more that he's with someone, they're together. So I think Gray's idea is you got to tighten up so you put in the gaps, and if you can't, I'll do it. And they form, in doing that, a really nice friendship.
How much did both of you talk to Greg and Matthew about portraying their series and kind of honoring it, but also navigating this because it's going to hopefully have a much longer life than the stories that
Did you talk to the guy who wrote the comic at all about your character or no? So I didn't until today either, but it wasn't even like a thing. Yeah. But I asked him about Gray, and he said something that was interesting where he said, you go from comic book to series, he said, you need to now invent stuff, so don't go back and try to just live in it. The idea is now you have to create. And he said, in writing a comic, which was cool to hear like a comic book writer, Greg, he goes, it's really what the medium is for, is writing one great character and everybody else is around and supporting. But you can't write 5 great characters in one count. It's one great character. And so I asked him, because it's his voice, it's his world, we're going to exchange information, and as he gets scripts, to just send me stream of conscious thoughts about the character. What he, like, if he sees an episode and I make a choice that he thinks could go in another direction, I want him in my ear as much as he can.
That's
What-
awesome to hear.
What do you both think is so unique about the show in the landscape of media that's out currently?
I think the ambition that it's being done on network television is what really sets it apart. I think this is a show that would traditionally you would see these days on a streaming site. But I know that they are going to be very ambitious with Dex's sexuality, with different roles going on, with violence, with how they all handle with characters you like who end up being really shady, with people living on both sides of morality, and all that on a network show is 2019.